So let me start off again.
Okay, start off again.
This movie sucks. I can't in good conscience say I made it through without falling asleep.
I did watch this movie in 2 sittings. I won't lie about that because
It is an hour and a half, and no one can make it through it.
I just didn't have. I started a little bit later than I wanted to yesterday, and
It was perfect.
I just had to finish it today. So like I just couldn't finish it all last night before Lauren got home, and I didn't want to torture her with it.
Wise.
Oh, and as far as it goes, the last half hour of this movie is the worst half hour of this movie.
I'd go with the last hour of this movie. I think once. By the way, Posterman, Ken, Elijah, Broadcast, don't know where Lewis or Tyler are.
Yeah, they're MIA. They said they were gonna be here. Guys, I'm mad at you.
Catwoman. Well, one of them said they were going to be here. Tyler did admittedly say he was not going to be. I will defend that.
Oh, in that case, Lewis, I'm mad at you. Tyler, you get a pass. If you don't show up tomorrow, Tyler,
yeah,
I will be angry at you again. I will be angry at you tomorrow.
Catwoman, Shitty Cat Month, continuing this pain that I've created in this agony. But it's been such fun. I love this misery.
Now maybe it's because the last movie I watched before this was 2019's Cats.
What? Get out of town. Not that spoiling for the 200th episode.
But this movie wasn't it's bad, but it's not that bad.
Oh yeah, when you put a month together made of bad cat movie months, bad cat movies, and your choices of the best movie out of the 4 will most likely end up being Garfield or Catwoman.
Yeah, I full disclosure, I think this is better than Garfield.
I'd probably go with Garfield.
Although, I said, the last half, because that's what I watched today. I watched the last half hour of it. And I was expecting this to be pretty rote. Actually, here, let me get my notes out. Let me pop over here to my notes.
Let's pop over to Catwoman. Halle Berry is Catwoman. Blah blah blah.
I said because right before, she crashes the opera or whatever it is, the Cirque du Soleil or whatever it is.
Yeah, she crashes
the Georges while the Merovingian is watching. Because I didn't learn anybody's names in this stupid movie.
That one dude that owns the beauty products thing.
Yeah,
he's
George, whatever his name is.
With the other lady.
Yeah, he's there with his new squeeze, not his wife, Sharon Stone.
Yeah. Because Sharon Stone is old. Come on.
Right. She's not pretty enough for him. But she shows up and she's like, Your face cream is poison, and I know I have proof, and I'm gonna stop you. And he's like, what the bleep are you talking about? I'm a complete and utter doof.
I have 9 lives to defend.
And so people. She runs and the police, the cops bust in, and she jumps down on the thing, and that's where I stopped. And so I came in I came back in right as she had jumped down onto the balcony, onto the thing, and onto the stage, and people were like, "Ooh, this is a good part of the show! Yay, woo!"
Look at that cat lady at BDSM.
That we can talk about that costume in a minute, but
well, you can stop being mad at him.
Oh, is he here?
He's here.
What the cuss, Lewis? What? The cuss.
But yeah, Catwoman.
But at that point, I'm like, okay. She has to learn that the bad guy is just a schmo, and it's the wife who's really behind it.
Yes.
She has to ruin and repair her relationship with the cop.
Yes.
She has to have the climactic confrontation with the bad lady to expose her for the monster that she is. Predictable plus unremarkable equals boring.
Uh-huh.
But she doesn't ruin and repair the relationship with the cop. Yes, she does.
Can I say?
Holy F! Yeah, sure, you can say holy smoke. We're getting some strobe lights down here.
I would like to say that this movie is garbage.
It's not perfect.
Oh
Now the
boy.
light is strobing.
I'm
What a
so-
day.
It started as soon as you walked away. I was like, ooh, where the lights? The lights
I'm
blinking.
sorry for the late entrances, my friends. We've switched the routine for our boys to go to sleep. We usually put them to sleep around 8:30, 9 o'clock, but we realized that 7:30 has been the magical hour for them to go to sleep for a good 9 hours.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
And if they're both sleeping, then yeah, heck yeah.
exactly. So there's a routine where Dad has to be there, sing him a snuggle puppy. It can't be broken because then they will not sleep.
Mm.
So, but God, this
Okay.
movie was fucking garbage.
That was effective.
That was a way to stop it.
I like that. I'm
Yeah,
on board.
turn the light off, everybody. That
I
fixed
would
it.
have.
It's hot.
I would have. Yeah, I would have turned that off first. But
Yeah,
hey, what
but
ifs?
I will say this: I've never seen a little boy be so into Catwoman. Rowan loved Halle Berry in Catwoman. When I mean he loved her, he literally sat on the couch closest to the TV watching this movie contently.
So it was. He was like, I don't understand any of the words that are happening. That lady's pretty.
I think he has a fine taste in women. But the thing is, though, it's like, when I saw this movie, I realized that Halle Berry kind of looked like a sexy Oprah Winfrey. Like, I just didn't really like her hairstyle when she cut it off.
Mm.
I will agree. Her hair was. I think Halle Berry was prettier before they were like, let's sexy her up for the middle part.
Yes, I agree.
I thought that. I thought Selena Kyle before like the drainage.
You
ditch
mean
and she cut
Patience,
her-
Patience.
Oh, sorry, Patience McPatience. says-
That's okay. So I'm jumping all over my notes here, but going back to the beginning.
Bad cats. Selena Kyle.
So my first note
Steve
is:
Buscemi.
is that Sharon Stone? yes, it is. And then at some point, I thought it was close to the beginning.
At some point, you remembered you were watching a DC movie. And
Yeah,
was
no.
like,
At some
"Where's
point, I was like,
Superman?"
wait a second. Okay, no, here. And is okay. So I wrote a couple of times. I'm worried I'm paying too close attention to this movie. So she gets flushed down the drain into the river, drowns, reincarnated by a cat, resurrected by a cat. That's what it was.
Yeah, cat breath.
Given strange cat powers. So this movie is really in no way DC's Catwoman at all.
No.
It's not Selena Kyle. Batman's Catwoman doesn't have weird cat powers.
And it doesn't also have weird cat tendencies. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's definitely a red flag to go to the bar and just order milk. Okay? Like, it's...
That bartender did bat an eye.
I noted that also. Like strange lady shows up in the cat mask, orders a cream. You know, Kahlua and cream.
Hold the...
Hold
No,
the
no,
Kahlua.
no, it was a
Hold
White
the
Russian.
ice.
It was a White
Oh,
Russian.
that's right. It was.
It was a White Russian.
Hold the right.
I was like, it was
Yeah.
it was one of the drinks that contained cream.
But you know what's really funny about that? In a personal note, my brother-in-law, I won't name who he is, was known in college on his rugby team as Milk, because
I'm frightened by the story
all
already.
he did when he went to the bar was literally order milk, and somehow he was able to seduce a girl who liked the fact that he ordered milk at the bar, and she turned out to have a family who owns a good bit of like an applesauce company.
Wow.
So he found himself an heiress who digged a guy that ordered milk
It was perfect.
at a bar, and I guess it was perfect. But I just seeing that part in the movie, like this movie was just fucking wild. It's not the worst movie because I could definitely watch this movie multiple times. Halle Berry makes it.
You could just turn the movie on mute.
Oh yeah,
You're fine.
on mute.
You're fine.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like this movie on mute in the background, great. But I don't get like
Why we got BDSM in the movie?
well, that, but like the powers. So like, what does a cat have to do with a whip? You know what I mean? Like,
it just was convenient.
yeah.
It was there, and she thought it was cool.
And I've been sprayed by like.
Well, yeah, because she does that thing in the when she
she's destroying
assaults the guy, like she pulls the tap out of the keg and
Yeah.
whips it to the guy. She's like, ooh.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, it's like I don't know about you guys, but like a keg tap is not that strong to like stop a 6'2" man. You know what I mean? He was like, oh, there's beer on me. I can't do.
The moral of that story is everybody in that party was chicken shit.
Because later, when there's a lady that's jumping around like a cat in the streets, they're not like, that's my neighbor.
She didn't, because like nobody in that party, like she shows up and destroys property, assaults a dude, and nobody does anything.
They probably had priors. Let's all be honest.
Well,
all those people looked a little.
So
shady.
does she live under a bar or above a bar?
No, she lived
It was
across
next
the
door. It was across the
Okay.
alley.
I couldn't tell if it was a bar until she went in there.
Yeah, because
I
I
was
thought
like,
it was.
oh, it's a punk bar.
Because I thought it was a house party. Because I'm gonna
Yeah.
be very honest with you, like. What makes me mad about just movies in general is that they make it seem like anybody who has a minimum wage job can afford a really nice whole floor loft. You know what I mean? Like, you see where she's living and you're like, you're telling me you're making that kind of money in a big ass city where it's super competitive doing graphic design? Doubt it.
Absolutely.
I doubt it.
Absolutely. In this fake city with a BDSM lady,
Oh, dude.
where the makeup company has not one but two giant buildings.
This CGI is horrible.
Oh, it's bad.
But
The CGI is bad.
But you know what's crazy?
That's painful.
Another thing that I noticed about this movie that I really enjoyed was like the background actors. It had Lois from Family Matters and Mad TV. It had the nurse from American Horror Story. It had the Merovingi from The Matrix. And then it had that other weird guy from Miss Congeniality.
Benjamin Bratt. This was peak Benjamin Bratt. This was when Benjamin Bratt was like the hunky heartthrob in all the movies.
Clearly he
Random
was.
Cop X.
Yeah, actually, he usually plays as a pretty straight-laced.
Now, I also feel like, you know what? I don't know. Like the whole part where like he saw that the thing was written, and you know, like she left the cupcakes in the box, and the sorry, and I'm like, you know.
Everybody has to be incredibly dumb to not know that this woman is not Catwoman.
Well, and to his credit, he does take both samples and say, "Hey, were these written by the same person?" And the handwriting analysis guy says, "No."
Yeah.
No, were you not paying attention to the same montage that was in the title sequence?
Well, it was so funny.
There's this a different woman that's possessed by cats.
Oh yeah, my favorite is the guy explaining. In layman's terms, he was like, "This person who wrote Sorry, really lame loser. This person who wrote Sorry loves to fuck." Like
This person is D.
This girl gets dick. This girl wants dick. I'm sorry if I'm loud. I just
This person.
You have been kind of loud.
I apologize.
Just for the record.
You're spiking us. Tyler will fix us a post.
I just what I love about it is that like my kids couldn't sit through Garfield. My kids couldn't sit through Cat in the Hat, but both my boys literally.
Why does this not
sat
shock
through
me? Why does this not shock me? None of this shocks me, Lewis. As you saw, I didn't jump out of my chair when I was like literally like. The whole movie is just pretty much like, you want eye candy of Halle Berry? Here we go.
Was this like peak Halle Berry?
I don't know about peak, but it
hang
was
on,
probably in
let
Halle
me-
Berry's good career before she did movies like Moonfall.
I mean, this
Let me take
movie
a
is.
This
like-
was around. No, this was early. This would have been early because
Swordfish around then?
well, I guess it depends
I
on
think
what
Swordfish came before this.
does what was it? Monsters Ball.
Monsters Ball would be the one where she got her Oscar.
Okay, so this is post Monsters Ball because Monsters Ball was 2001.
How's about Storm?
X-Men was 2000.
Sword-
X2 was 2003. Yeah, X2 was 2003.
We're Swordfish, my friend.
Swordfish is right after X-Men, so in 2001. So it goes
So, yeah, it would've been-
X-Men, Swordfish, Monsters Ball.
Die Another Day.
Die
James
Another
Bond.
Day.
Mm.
And I remember saying, which is the bigger fall? Academy Award nominated actress to Bond girl, Academy Award nominated actress to love interest in a superhero movie. Which is the bigger fall? Because
Love interest in a superhero movie.
I think you're right.
Because Bond girl can be respected because there's such James Bond movies that have
Bond girls are a sex
history,
symbol. If
yeah.
you're a Bond
It is,
girl,
you're
you're a
right.
sex symbol.
You're
So that being Halle Berry and Jennifer Connelly. Halle Berry went from Monsters Ball to Die Another Day. Jennifer Connelly went from, I forget what she was now.
Labyrinth?
Academy Award
been.
nominated
Liv
for.
Tyler, I think.
No, it is Jennifer
Yeah.
Connelly. But I'm talking about in 2001 to Hulk. Ang Lee's Hulk.
Oof.
We should rewatch that.
I haven't watched that one in a while.
I like that movie. If you, I feel my feelings about Hulk are, if you throughout the script, it's a good movie.
Hulk need leather.
The issue with that movie is the story. The issue with that movie is the script. Nothing else. The
Well,
direction
Make
is
Hulk
fine.
sexy.
I-
All
Direction is fine. Casting is is second best Hulk casting.
I hate to derail the
Full stop.
this podcast about Catwoman, but
Uh-huh.
I remember watching videos on YouTube on how the director didn't like the way Eric Bana acted as Hulk when he was in his green suit. So the director, because I'm pretty sure he's the one
the director
who
mocapped.
did, he did
Ang Lee mocapped or did the performance capture for the Hulk.
Yeah, because
Yes.
he hated Eric Bana's
Ruffalo is the first actor to be both Banner and
Hulk.
mocap Hulk.
Really?
Yes.
What about Edward Norton?
Norton
Yeah,
didn't do that.
for
no.
somebody.
Somebody
forget.
else mocapped the Hulk.
I forget who mocapped the Hulk
I never
for Norton,
realized
but
also
it
that
wasn't.
mocap meant like the greens.
Yeah, motion capture. Yeah,
That's awesome. Now, here's my. I always ask this question.
it's about Lou Ferrigno.
No.
Since we're talking about the Hulk.
How much did this movie? How much did it cost?
Oh, Catwoman or the
Yes,
Hulk?
Catwoman. And how much did it make?
Hang on, I
Ken
have
Roman.
that.
I was about to say Ken
I have
Because
that.
I-
I had it.
Holy shit!
Oh!
Guys, 7 o'clock! For crying out loud!
Look,
I'm unannounced, sir.
This is it's 7:45!
all right, Elijah, introduce us.
The light bulb's hot. I'm done. I've quit. I didn't know who said that.
Let me put down the aneurysm pills.
Hello, everybody, and this is the Posterman Podcast, and I'm your host, Lewis, and to my left is,
I retired.
I'm Ken, hello.
and to my front of me,
I hate everybody.
Elijah, and to the left of Elijah is
Tyler.
Well, to Elijah's right.
my left.
What? I'm so.
Stage
Did we
left.
Change seats?
Stage
I was
left.
sitting here because Lewis wasn't on time, so I sat here.
Yes.
Okay.
This is our broadcast configuration.
This is the broadcast.
You chumps are interrupting the broadcast.
You little slut.
That was directed at you as well, you fucking man whore.
No, I was not. Well, I mean, yes, there is some truth.
Meow.
There is some truth to that, but I actually have a reason to be late because I am late.
Lewis arrived. Lewis is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to.
That's right.
No, I arrived late.
I am Hulk.
So, Lewis, to answer your question, budget for this movie, insane. $100 million.
Oh, vomit. Where'd it go?
Gross U.S. and Canada, just over 40 mil.
$2.
Gross
movies.
worldwide, 82.
So it made its money back.
No. Worldwide would still have the
Worldwide
American.
is cumulative, so no.
So
So out
dark.
the 40 that we.
It doubled its
This
money
bulb was
internationally.
Oh.
You know what's crazy to me? So does that mean like, do actors have to pay that money back if their movie flops,
No.
or is it?
100%? They sit there and they're just like, here you go.
Well, no, or do they just be like, all right, listen, your movie flopped, you're kind of like, you're no longer an A-lister, we'll drop you down to a B-list.
That
actor.
might happen. You could be correct. There.
If you are involved in enough flops, yes. Taylor Kitsch is kind of a good example of that, where he just couldn't catch a break in the early 2000s and
You couldn't win.
has sort of faded into obscurity.
Tyler? I don't mean to throw this off subject. Did you get new glasses?
I did.
You look
I
good,
can
bro.
finally see.
You look good. You look good, dog.
I feel good.
You look like you could sell me an app.
Hey, Lewis, I have this app on my phone.
I'm digging the glasses.
You could sell us on an
It
app.
tells you where to find the sexy mamas.
I don't need to find any mamas.
Got too many mamas.
I'm good. You know what? I'm just gonna stay where I'm at. And just mind my business.
Let's talk about Catwoman. Look at that. Hoot doggy, look at that leather.
No, okay. Another thing.
Unfortunately, there have never been any sexy mamas found yet.
Another thing that I have about this
Can you
movie
say
is
the
that
director's
like,
name? Can anyone say his name? I can't.
can you?
Oh, I didn't even look. Let me look.
I it's like Pitoff? Pitoff?
Beetles.
I would just pronounce his name.
Beetles.
P silent.
Where'd he go?
Oh, it off.
It off.
It's like a pterodactyl. The P is silent.
Right off.
Hoft.
Oft.
Pitoff.
Hasselhoff.
Off.
Pit-
Off.
David
Like
Hasselhoff.
the bug spray.
Yes.
When you think of making sexy Halle Berry, you think of Pitoff.
I did that this morning, sir.
So, looking at this movie, one, the CGI is garbage.
We've been through that.
The CGI is dodgy.
But two,
Truth.
did Halle Berry like? I love the fight scene where it's just kind of like a first-person point of view, or you see like kind of like a leg sweep or like an arm slap. Like you don't really see fighting, but like you just see.
I'm gonna need to specify because I burned this movie out of my brain and then instantly it went to Cats and then I've just been
Well.
sitting here with just pain.
So no, well, like just watching it recently, like the fight scenes just seem very like
Yeah, the
first person, like POV. You know
Well,
what I mean?
they're all very close. Like it's very. I shouldn't say they're all very close. All but like one of them
Yeah.
are very close, very choppy. Like it's you
Like-
don't ever see what's going on. And at one point, at the end of near the end of the movie, I was like, well, that's physiologically questionable because she like the bad guy is like coming around a corner and she like knocks his arm into the wall
Fuck,
Yeah.
that guy was shooting
and then like kicks him with what like high kicks him with one leg and then like spins around and then like double kicks him down the steps or something like that.
Well,
And I'm like, I'm glad they couldn't have zoomed out on that because there's no way that works.
halfway down the
but-
stairs.
But also, like, I love the fact that like she starts talking like a cat when she's starting to when she was at the
That's
jewelry
her
store.
persona.
You know,
It's a persona. That's because there's two different hers, Lewis. You're missing the point of the movie. There's two different patients, not Selena Kyle, in this movie.
it was just such a. I don't even know how to explain. Like this movie, like threw me for a
No,
loop.
I
One,
know how to explain this movie. This director, or let's see if he wrote it too. What
Pivot?
the hell? Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think he wrote it. Oh God, they give me Bob King credit on that. Nope, sorry, I can't do that for you.
That's not okay.
John Rogers, who wrote such hits as The Core, Transformers.
Hey,
wait, the core, the one where they go.
the core is a decent.
Dude, the
movie.
core is good.
He has.
I like
I've
the
never
core.
seen The Core.
I've
But,
never seen the core either.
That's the one where they go to the core, right?
Yeah,
No. They
Yeah.
go to the core in the core?
yeah.
No.
Are you guys saying core or corn?
Core.
Like
Core.
the edible.
They go to the core.
The core of the earth, the molten core
No,
of
they
the
go,
earth.
no, they go to the
Like the
biggest
corn.
corn kennel in Earth,
corn.
and they're like,
The corn of
this
the
is this is corn.
This is all the
the band.
corn.
No, they go to the band. That's what they're doing.
Kevin
They're flying-
Costner's just in a field like, the corn is here, everybody.
No.
Have yourself some corn.
Or it could be about the band.
The corn of the
Corn.
earth.
Corn.
It's the band.
Corn with a K.
Yeah.
Corn with a K.
But
Nobody went to see the Corn movie. And
Yeah, the fact that there are 6 writers for this movie.
his screenplay was, he has just written currently a screenplay for Marry Me.
well, but okay. So the premise of the story is
I still have yet to explain why this movie was made. It's because this director, all he wanted to do was be like, I want to put Halle Berry in leather. How can I do that? And I really want to have her play basketball and shoot her ass. How can I do that?
Shoot her ass?
Like shoot it, like camera, like shoot it.
Oh.
Like literally the entire basketball scene is just like
Film her
Halle Berry
ass.
just like shaking her butt in the air,
Well, yeah,
and like not
but
playing
I mean,
basketball.
okay, so let's look at it. I mean, did he do a public service? Probably.
He did public service for if I put that movie on mute.
So, but I think about this movie and I think one.
Oh, I know you think about this movie.
Her.
I can see what you think about this movie.
Her nemesis was just like this normal woman
Sharon Stone.
who didn't have any powers,
She had power. She had funny skin.
and like
Yeah.
all
She had rock hard skin that
Yeah.
didn't feel pain.
She's Luke Cage.
At least in her face.
like it was just such a weird thing. I was like, wait, you're getting tricked by this woman who like faked her husband, like who is accusing you of killing her husband, and like it was.
So it's a lot of movies.
Yeah, this movie was just weird, and it
You
was
killed
bad.
my husband Rick.
It was a bad movie.
When did she turn into a redneck?
I don't know. I didn't watch this movie.
She
Oh,
turned into
well.
a
You guys,
When I get done here, I gotta go home and watch Cats.
meow,
I didn't anticipate being able to make it today.
meow.
oh, it's all right. I mean, this movie's like I said, put it on mute, put it in the background, and just you fill in the dialogue, and it will be
I was
better.
gonna say you've done yourself a much better service. But
I
my favorite part of the movie is the beginning until she gets turned into Catwoman. That's just my general stance of this movie.
Okay.
And I hate how we reuse the montage not once, not twice, but there's some of the end credits.
What montage are we talking
The
about?
montage at the beginning with like the flashing like
Oh,
pharaohs
like
of
the-
cats,
all
everything
that.
with cats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's this archer with cats, and then I'm like, oh, it's the same montage from the beginning of the movie. Use the montage once when she's transforming into a cat,
Did
and then
anybody
that's it.
Did anybody pause or get a chance to read the part where like she opens up like that box that has the leather cat suit on it? Like, what does it say?
It's a gift from her friend.
In case of emergency,
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, like of being like a
It's a
slut.
case of a dating, it's a case of a dating emergency because they refer to the leather outfit earlier in the movie when she's making the date for coffee with the cop. The friend goes, "Maybe you'll wear that little leather number I got you for your birthday." And then the other gentleman in the other gentleman in the cubicle goes, "Oh, that's naughty."
Oh, the
he might not be. He might just be flamboyant. That's
very
fine.
stereotypical.
well, I mean, he was very much about. The
Oh wait,
cop.
no, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He says man muffin or something like
Yeah,
that.
like
Block.
he literally
You're right.
nutted the moment the cop walked
you are
into the
right.
office.
Good
He was
point.
like, oh.
Just like Lewis with Halle Berry turned on the screen.
Dude, you know what the thing is though? It's like, Hallie, like this movie, I'm pretty
Listen,
sure
so he
was
said,
made.
"Swordfish."
Well, yeah, no, it was clearly made to like exploit Halle Berry because it's
No.
like one, her acting was super shitty, her
I
fighting
think
was
she's
super
probably
shitty.
paid.
I
like a
see.
nickel.
I think the performance in this movie could also be indicative of shitty directing.
Yes. I think that this is just like one and done directing. Like, oh, we did it once, we're good.
Do you think it could have been like maybe he was trying to get himself like a foot in the door into softcore? You know what I mean?
I
Like
have no idea.
Like
I don't know what Pitoff was trying to do in his cat movie.
Oh, so he's a visual effects guy.
I'm-
He's a,
I'm really sad that there wasn't a Catwoman too.
I'm not. I've thought of superhero movies in the past couple of days just to be like, okay, now we might be bringing in, just to go off topic, now we're bringing in possibly the Fox X-Men into the MCU. Now I officially have to decree that some of them are real garbage. So
yeah, that's gonna be that.
So I'm
that,
like-
I saw the chattering or the apparently Professor X, Patrick Stewart is in.
he says one line of dialogue to Doctor Strange. It's
Yeah.
the Illuminati area.
Um,
But because of all these, I've been thinking about bad superhero movies, and this one in my brain kicked in. And I was like, okay, so since everything is becoming a cinematic universe, from Blue's Clues to Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers, we now have to possibly think about Catwoman in this random DC universe, and be like, okay. So as far as garbage goes, at least it's not Marvel Universe is not Catwoman. That's how I have to look at this.
so wouldn't it be DC's?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm saying, but because Marvel is bringing in everything that it owns here right now, like it might be bringing in the X-Men movies that Fox made. The Fox X-Men movies are not good.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be like, these are now a part of the MCU, like, I'm okay with you bringing in the other Spider-Man movies. I like those.
Yeah.
So, but the other X-Men movies, there's some garbage in those X-Men movies.
Okay. All right.
Truth.
Speaking of which, speaking of garbage in old movies, I just recently saw The Proposal with Sandra Bullock.
And
And Ryan Reynolds.
I watched that movie a ton of times.
That movie is garbaggio.
Oh.
Real Italian.
That was
The last time, Lauren likes that movie.
that movie's somewhat of a delight.
The last time she put it on, I've never seen it. The last time she put it on,
What were the age differences?
I fell asleep.
Oh, well, you know what? I think that there should
Because
be...
I think is it worse than the...
Sandy
Well-
Bullock, do you want Sandy Bullock or Ryan Reynolds?
Well, I just want to say...
You give me Sandra Bullock, I'll get Ryan Reynolds.
The only thing I want to say about these movies is that like there should be a warning saying, watch this movie
What's Sandra Bullock?
not in HD.
64.
Because the moment you watch this movie in
It's actually not
HD,
as bad as
You
I
were
thought.
depressed?
It's only
you
12 years
realize
difference.
how much green screening and CGI these people are. Like, it's just insane. Like, I saw this movie the other night with my wife, and I just saw how much they, like, would just Photoshop and make these people look so perfect. And you saw how shitty it looked, and, like, the backgrounds, and I was just like, I would really enjoy this movie if I just watched it not on a HD TV. So, just throwing that out there. Maybe Catwoman would have been just as good, because the graphics suck ass.
In Lost City, it is a worse age difference between Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum.
That,
I
I
want
believe
to
that.
Channing
16
over
years.
your Tatum. Tyler, could you pass me another beer?
But now
But-
I'm going to ask the general statement that I'm just going to ask you two for the past 3 times we've done this. Let's rank the cat movies.
Oh, you want me to go off? I'll
Not
name
cats.
it. I'll name it
Say
right so far.
Of the 3 movies we've done, which are your top? How would you rank them?
Okay, Catwoman,
Worst to best.
worst to best.
Worst to
Cat
best.
in the fucking Hat. I will never watch that movie ever again. Anybody can go eat a dick. If my sons were like, Dad, let's watch Cat in the Hat, I would slap them in the face. And I would be like, no. I would literally punch a hole. I hate that fucking movie.
I think we could all agree that Cat in the Hat is the
All
bottom
right,
so
so-
far.
Then it would be Garfield, okay? Because I still believe Steve Buscemi would have done better, okay? And then third, you know, Halle Berry, bro. You know, simple eye candy. I can make it through that movie. Now, if Taylor Swift in Cats can make this cat look sexy, and I can see some actual cat butthole, maybe we might make it to the top. But you know what? We'll see tomorrow.
Nightmare fuel, my friend. Nightmare fuel.
I
Just
Question.
spoiler alert. Nightmare fuel. That's all I have. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
Anybody can answer this.
Anybody? Anyone?
So, Cat in the Hat or Meet the Feebles?
My problem is there's different levels of garbage. But if you're going to give me a choice to watch one of them,
Meet the Feebles.
not Meet the Feebles, because that movie felt longer than Cat in
Yeah,
the Hat.
I will watch Cat in
Alright.
the
Cat in the
Hat.
Hat is at least had the human
lower.
decency to be 80 minutes.
That's a lower time commitment.
I-
Yup.
Cat in the Hat or China Salesman?
No. Whoa.
China salesman.
Wait, I didn't even
China
get a chance to answer.
Okay.
I would do Meet the Feebles because there's depth into that movie. There's exploitation. There's some really weird characters, and you know, just Cat in the Hat. Like,
An hour and 37 minutes, and it did not feel like it.
like I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
about,
we put the movie on 1.5x.
I don't know what it
And it
is.
still
about
felt
Cat-
like an hour and 40
like
minutes.
Cat in the Hat. That movie was garbage. Like, I'm gonna be very honest with you. I don't think there's any movie that can make me hate Cat in the Hat. Like, I genuinely like.
Oh,
You know,
hold my beer.
Can you? Speaking
no.
of which,
I would
hate
even
the
watch
process.
I would even watch Mike Tyson and China Salesman. I just hate Cat in the Hat. Like, that movie is so. It's just so.
I'll find you a movie that was.
Speaking of holding beer, I need your help. I don't have a fingernail.
I'll give you a finger.
I literally am missing part of my fingernail.
But
Thank you. I can't get the.
I would go with the differing of you two, which is I go Garfield for over Cat and Woman.
Really?
I'd rather watch Garfield than Catwoman again.
A question.
I've read an awful lot of Catwoman comics too, so that also just might sour it.
See, I have not, but I was like, no, this is just not. This is
You just
this
eliminated
is
it away.
this is a little bit like if like the game that you play with First Class, like it's not really an X-Men movie.
Okay.
This is not really a Catwoman movie.
You're right.
I can get behind that. All right.
Now,
That's like I can do like because like I said, it's not Selena Kyle. It's we went over this already.
Yeah.
So like this is not DC Comics Catwoman. Full stop.
Yes, Lewis, you have your hand raised.
yes, I will ask the question that I have asked in the last 2 podcasts.
How much did it make at the box office? I
No,
already told you.
no. I don't think Steve Buscemi could have made this movie better.
I don't know. I feel like Steve Buscemi as the cop would have made my day.
Steve Buscemi.
Oh, Steve Buscemi is love interest,
Yeah.
maybe?
I know Steve Buscemi is the asshole CEO.
That's what
dude.
I thought, like,
Yeah.
maybe the Merovingi, but then the thing is, though, it's like, it would
Steve
make me
Buscemi
like
as
the
Catwoman.
Merovingi. Like, oh my gosh, that would be great. He'd be like, it's perfect.
Steve Buscemi as Catwoman. That's what I would have
I
said.
have to say, Lewis, I've enjoyed editing both podcasts, and Steve Buscemi keeps coming up.
Dude, I just have the biggest, like, man boner for Steve Buscemi.
See, Ken's like leaning away. He doesn't want
I
to be poked
kid
by
you
it.
not. Whenever I think about the Pusherman podcast, Steve Buscemi pops up. Any movie we talk about, I think of Steve Buscemi.
We're gonna have to have a Steve Buscemi month.
That's why I said.
We'll throw it into the hopper.
I'll add it to the list.
That's
Hang
why I
on.
send the gif of Steve Buscemi. I just something about that man just really, it just, his face intrigues me.
His face intrigues me.
Looks like that dog I was showing people.
So,
But let's robot punch Catwoman. A 1.
why?
Why?
We just talked.
'Cause,
Well, you guys talked. I didn't talk about anything.
Halle Berry's pretty, so it gets a 1.
Okay.
Because I really liked. I keep wanting to say Selena. Patience before she cut her hair and leathered up. But even still, leathered up Catwoman is still attractive. But I'm not gonna pick this movie up again, probably, unless we freaking talk about it again.
Ken?
It's like 1.5. And like I said, it's probably like I have definitely seen this movie before. And what I mean by like I said with Garfield, Garfield is just Toy Story, only crappy. I've seen this movie before. You know, like, oh, they done me wrong, and now I got to come back and get them. Like I know I have seen this movie, but I can't think of off the top of my head like I came up with Toy Story. I can't come up with a better version of this movie
Rambo.
off the top of my head.
Rambo.
Maybe Rambo 2, but not
Yeah,
first
Rambo,
Rambo.
2. That's what I meant. Rambo 1 is a dark PTSD movie.
Yeah, Rambo 1 is a sort of a dark comment. Never mind. We can do the Rambo movies if we wanted to.
Rambo
Rambo
month. Wait, how many Rambos are there?
6?
What year did the
5?
Vietnam War start?
5.
What month did the Vietnam War start? That's when we can
Guys,
do
I
Rambo
can't
one.
watch Rambo 5.
So,
Again.
We can skip Rambo 5.
I can't watch Rambo 5
Um,
again.
Rambo Last Blood was not good.
Tyler, what would you give this movie?
I didn't watch it.
Throwing out there from all the information you've heard.
It sounds pretty terrible. I'd have to give it a 1. But I will say, anyone see Halle Berry's commercial for the Super Bowl?
No.
No,
I don't think so.
I didn't watch the
I don't know how old she is anymore, but she's
aged
still
like fine wine.
a very attractive woman.
Yo,
Yes.
yeah.
I just
Black
watched,
don't crack, baby.
I just watched her. I just watched her in Moonfall, and
Oh my god, yo, she's amazing in I like Moonfall. That's a great movie.
66.
You don't like Moonfall?
Oh, wow.
She was I should say she was born in 1966.
Oh,
Oh,
wait, isn't that that movie where like?
That's
it's-
where the Moonfall is where the moon attacks.
Oh no. What's that one movie where it has to do with a? It's an African American man who's a gangster, but he's a homosexual, dealing with being like a tough gangster, but
Here's
also
her
what
IMDb
the
page.
fuck?
Maybe it's like
scroll
Moonlight.
through that 'cause
Bruised?
I've never heard that.
I'll find
Kings?
it. It was
Kidnap.
It was towards maybe she might have not been in that.
X-Men Days of Futures Past.
No. It was at the same time as like Dallas Buyers. Like it was one of those movies that like hit the light.
Robots.
Cloud Atlas.
I'm gonna find it out.
Catwoman.
Alright. Well, listen. I'm gonna tell you what I'd rate this movie,
X-Men 2.
and I think you guys are gonna feel a little salty about it, but this movie's a 3. 3
Wow.
robot punches.
Your robot punches mean nothing anymore.
I was gonna say you're being way nicer to this movie.
No. Because you know what? One.
My
So,
boys,
like,
they
realizing,
lost it.
like, the concept of this movie, yeah, it was bad, but I still think it was great to see, like, it was great to see a person of minority be like, a superhero, especially a woman of color, to be, like, to be in this form and being like, okay, great, you know. 2, it's Halle Berry, okay?
I give you credit for that.
But-
I agree with that one. I just feel like it's very. Why do we give her garbage?
Well, listen.
I'm just going with your first point.
Then it's Halle Berry being Halle Berry. Oh my goodness! Like, she's, you know, I've had a crush on this woman since Swordfish.
Wow, shocking. Whoa! Why Swordfish? Louis?
But well, her acting and Hugh Jackman, duh.
Her 2 times acting.
Yeah,
Got it.
Yeah,
It's those acting glands.
it
Got
was the part where she was sunbathing. Okay.
I understand. Gotcha.
And 2, well, 3, I should say. What I really enjoyed about this movie was seeing, like I said, the background characters of being like, oh my goodness, like, it's nice noticing these people who aren't super famous, but if you like watch a lot of TV, you know, watch a lot of shows, you're like, oh my goodness, it's this person, and this person, which really made me enjoy the movie a little bit more. Did I like the acting? No. Was the fighting shitty? No. But it reminded me of like the second Harry Potter movie. There was a lot of things that were a hit and a miss, but I think in general, I look at it. The reason I rate it so high because I think about the 2 previous Cat movies that we watched, and I could have watched this movie again and again. Like if I was stuck on an island and you had to tell me there's 3 movies you could pick from, which one do you want to watch? This movie would be the movie that I would watch on infinite replay. Cause fuck Cat in the Hat and fucking Garfield, okay? Those movies are garbaggio.
Garbaggio.
I'm so ready to hear what he says about cats.
So
to Lewis's point, I think there is some depth in this movie that is like somewhere in some parallel universe where there's a different director and there's a couple more passes on this or slightly different writers. Like there's a version of this movie
that could be great.
which is absolutely worth watching.
Did you guys see the Owl Kitty Titanic that I put up on the...
Yes, I watched part of your video
Facebook?
with a cat.
That's not my video. That's
I
Owl
watched that
Kitty.
video with a cat. Yes,
That's
I
their
watched
own
part of that
YouTube
video
channel.
with a
Owl
cat.
Kitty has his own YouTube channel. That's not us.
I'm sorry. I watched.
We're not that talented.
I watched part of a video of a cat. Yes.
I felt after 2 terrible movies we needed some type of entertaining cat thing.
We have entertaining cat things.
Catwoman.
One of them is coming next podcast.
Uh,
It's so very entertaining. There's singing, there's dancing, there's James Corden.
When I think of cat girls, I don't think of this movie.
What, cats?
Yes.
Well, of course you do. Come on.
But
some have pants, some don't.
Isn't cats?
Some wear shoes, some don't.
Isn't cats?
Some have
like,
human hands, some don't.
like cats,
They all have human faces.
It's one of the it's one of the best-selling Broadway shows of all time. Though.
Yeah, it was like it ran on Broadway for forever.
All right, everybody, save it for tomorrow. Bye.
Okay.
Yeah, good point.
Check out our website at www.
Hey!
What?
Hey! It's that time of night.
Oh, he can read it. Yeah, he's here.
Hey, you little slut bag.
Sitting on the
Bitch.
wrong side of the chair, pretending to be Lewis. It's that time of night. It's that time of night. It's that time of night. It's that time of night.
It's that time of night to go
It's
to
that time of night.
www.thepostermanpodcast.com.
It's that time.
Email us, thepostermanpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter at thepostermanpod. Instagram, The Posterman Podcast. Facebook,
night.
The
It's
Posterman
that time of
Podcast.
It's
Letterboxd,
time of
The
night.
Posterman
It's
Pod.
that time of night.
YouTube, The Posterman
It's that
Podcast.
time of night. It's that
And
time
I
of
think
night.
we have Patreon. We did
It's
Posterman
that
Podcast
time of
Patreon.
night.
Find us on
It's that
Patreon.
time of night.
Give us $1.
It's that time of night. It's that time of night. It was that time of night. It was that time of night.
We'll see everybody next week with the 200th episode spectacular.
Spoiler alert: the movie's Cats.
The movie is Cats, and there's a game.
There's a game?
The 200th episode game.
Ooh, I'm digging it.
We'll see which one of you three.
Oh, I know it.
Is
I
there-
already won it.
You
Give me
already
one
did?
question, just
No.
so I can study.
No.
That's not really fair.
I
Like,
don't give that.
It's
That
not-
make the quiz. I made
You
it.
make
It's
the
my
quiz,
role.
Louis.
all right, what's my favorite food?
Lasagna!
Wrong.
It's Garfield?
Ice cream. I said
Ice cream? Wrong.
Sushi.
Ooh, that's a good second. It's actually hot dogs.
Not shocking that you like wieners.
Oh,
Goodbye,
that
buddy!
makes me
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
hot dogs, because you put you put anything and everything on a hot dog. Forgot about that.
It's a sandwich.
Remember, you came over to the party after everyone left. You're like, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but when I eat hot dogs, I put everything on this hot dog.
There's this running thing in this new Yu-Gi-Oh series I've been watching that literally every episode they refer to a hot dog as a sandwich, and then there's an argument, and I get very annoyed with it because I want to watch them play cards.
No, well, think about it. Is it
Hot dog is
is it-
sandwich.
it's-